Hello my Patreon friends, I hope you're well this particular week, and for this particular video I have a trivia question which I will fire at you in a moment, and I also have seven news stories. But before we get to those, trivia. And for this week we're staying on holiday in LA, and this particular question is: the two groups most closely associated with the sound of Los Angeles are the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac. Question is, how many of the members of the classic lineups actually came from the city? And again, the two groups most closely associated with the sound of Los Angeles are the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac. How many of the members of the classic lineups actually came from the city? Have a little think. I will give you the answer to that one, bit of a poser, at the end of this video. Until then, HiFi News. And first up, we're going to ease into this week's news with some simple colour changes. And we're going to look at Cambridge Audio, which has unveiled new black editions of its latest network streamer, the MXN10, as well as the DAC Magic 200M. This startling colour news was revealed at the recent Shanghai International Audio and Video Show. These black editions combine an aluminium front plate in matte black finish with black gloss spot lettering. The black edition components will be the same price as the original Lunar Grey editions, and they are $549 or £549 for the DAC Magic 200M, and $499 and £449 for the MXN10. Next up, we're looking at Denmark's System Audio. And we're going to talk about the System Audio Silverback One, which will be released, as I make this video, next month in November of 2023. The Silverback One system is designed for on-wall or bookshelf operation. So you get two-way Silverback active speakers that include 5.5-inch mid-bass units and a wave-guided 1-inch soft dome tweeter, with twin 80-watt power amplifiers within a white or black satin cabinet, including a built-in wall bracket. And these speakers measure in centimeters anyway, 31 by 32.5 by 13.5 centimeters. The Silverback ones will work wirelessly with any WiiM-enabled device, but they are intended to partner with System Audio's stereo hub, and that measures around 4 by 17 by 10 centimeters. There's also a remote control if you fancy that. Now, if you're using all of that hardware, you also get Roon-ready operation, Google Chromecast, Apple AirPlay 2, Bluetooth, DLNA, UPnP, and Spotify Connect built in. As well as a 24-bit 192 kHz DAC, you get USB, HDMI, ARC, 3 optical inputs, coax, and 2 analog inputs. Speaker setup and room correction can be yours via the company's SA Cockpit app for both Android and iOS. Prices for the speakers, you're looking at £1,799. If you add the stereo hub and the remote, that's an extra £399. If you want to know more, I will put some links down in the comments section. You can find them down there. Anyway, next. few words about Spotify, because Spotify has been rumoured for some time now to have been working on a new top-tier plan to feature high-quality audio. They're kind of playing catch-up with people like Apple, really. Now, observers out there, these knowledgeable chaps, they first thought this system was going to be called HiFi, but seems that ain't so, folks, because what this system is going to be called is Spotify Supremium. No doubt they came up with that name one past Friday night after downing a few pints, hey. The only price I have at the moment is 1 penny short, or 1 cent short of $20 per month, but I would look at something similar for the UK, give or take a few pennies. This Spotify idea is to offer 24-bit lossless audio, 20 to 30 hours of audiobook listening as well, plus associated tools, for example, mixing tools for your playlists, things like that. The big reveal? Well, no actual date, but you're looking at some time before the end of the year. More speakers from Wharfedale now, and they've had a busy old year. The Aura, because that's what we're going to be talking about, derives from the Elysian development project. In price, this Aura range sits below the Elysian range, but above the Evo 4 series, and it consists of 2 stand mount models, the Aura 1 and 2, 2 floor standers, the Aura 3 and 4, and 2 center speakers, the C and the Aura CS, and they look similar in size to the Evo 4 series. The Auras will include AMT tweeters for that ribbon-like sound, plus mid-range and bass units made from woven glass fiber. These units are mounted on a die-cast aluminium chassis and then fixed by bolts to the cabinet inside. Available in black, white and a feature-grained walnut wood veneer, each cabinet is lacquered and polished. The cabinets themselves have lots of smoothie curves on show, and that's really, well, apart from looking good, it's there really to prevent reflections. Expect down at the bottom to find a SLPP slot. This is a sort of vent at the bottom of the cabinet, and it's there to enhance bass, but because it's a slot, it helps you to position the speakers just about anywhere in the room. Prices, well, there's a fair few, and I'm going to put them on the screen right now so you can peruse. Next up, SONUS FABER. Italian outfit SONUS FABER has announced the launch of its new active wireless stereo speaker system, the Duetto. This is a two-way stereo active speaker system based on Wi-Fi certified with UWB, and that stands for Ultra Wide Band Wireless Connection between the speakers. In that speaker system, you get AirPlay, Chromecast, Tidal, Spotify. It's room ready, and there's Bluetooth built in with a switchable line level phono amp connection included. You get HDMI and optical inputs, and there's an app for setup, and this is called Senso, S-E-N-S-O. Finishes, you're looking at walnut or graphite wood. Housed within are 2 amplifiers. There's a 100-watt Class AB amplifier, and that looks after the 0.7-inch silk domed tweeter. There's also a 205-watt Class D amplifier, and that handles the 5.25-inch paper pulp mid-bass driver. The top of the cabinet features a leather-finished Senso interface. Prices, well, the SONUS FABER Duetto will be available in November, so next month as I make this video, November 2023, for £3,490 per pair. If you fancy a pair of stands to go with them, they're sold separately for £649 per pair. Next up, we have DENON. On my Denon press release, it explained that Denon was is the pioneer for the world's first 8K receiver. Is that true? I suppose it must be. Anyway, Denon is the sort of torchbearer in that case for receivers of this kind, and it's released the S series, which provides a sort of entry point for those wanting to take their first steps into the world of surround sound. So the 8K AV receiver is what we're talking about here. We have 3 models which handle Dolby Atmos and DTSX. 8K video, of course, the latest HDMI technology, which is HDR10 Plus, I think. Also, HEOS integration. So you can have the 7.2 channel model, which is the AVR S770H, plus 2 5.2 channel models, the AVR 670H and the AVC 670H. Apparently, they push out 145 watts into 6 ohms. Prices, well, the AVR S770H is either €779 or £699. The AVR S670H is €679 or £559. The AVC S670H is €629 or £549. Next, Audio-Technica. And we're looking at a couple of limited edition headphones. Well, limited edition colouring, because we're back to colour again, on established headphone designs, you might say. So we're looking at the ATH M50XIB or the ATH M50XBT 2IB headphones. So as I say, this is another colour thing for you. Audio-Technica apparently has announced both of these headphones. The M50XIB, which way around is it? The M50XIBs are professional monitoring headphones. The other one, the BT2IBs, are wireless headphones. And the IB letters basically stand for ice blue. That's the colour. Now, the ATH M50 design per se has been around for a little while. Many audio engineers like them for their large 45mm aperture drivers, sound isolating ear cups, and robust construction. The BT2 headphones use Bluetooth. They offer 50 hours in use between chargers, multi-point pairing, muting microphones for phone use, voice assistant compatibility, and even LDAC as a codec, which I approve of. Oh, and for the Bluetooth headphones, there is a cable if you want to run them wired. Prices, well, the Pro models, the Studio models, they retail either for £159 or €189. The Bluetooth variant is priced at £199.99 or €219. And that, my friends, is your lot. I tried to make a smaller, more succinct video this time around. I was afraid the videos were becoming a little bit bloated. You tell me, do you like all the bits and bobs? Do you like the larger videos? Or do you like these videos to be slim and to get going and get out ASAP? Anyway, let me know. And before we go, trivia. To repeat the question, the 2 groups most closely associated with the sound of Los Angeles are the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac. How many of the members of their classic lineups actually came from the city? And the answer is none. Not a single member of the classic lineups of these 2 groups who are most closely associated with Los Angeles came from the city itself. Don Henley was from Texas, Glenn Frey from Detroit, and none of the rest of the group came from LA. 3 members of Fleetwood Mac came from the UK. Stevie Nicks was from Arizona, and Lindsey Buckingham came from Palo Alto in Northern California. So now you know. Actually, I apologise for that question because I should have said post Peter Green for the Fleetwood Mac bit, shouldn't I? So apologies if anyone got a bit confused there when I said classic lineup. Because it depends on your point of view, doesn't it? For some people, Peter Green, his version of Fleetwood Mac, that was the classic. So I can understand that. Anyway, got there in the end, kind of. I'll be back with a better structured hi-fi news for next time around. I'm going to do more research and get my facts right. And I'll be back this time next week. I'll be standing here, hopefully, with a bit of luck. And I'll talk to you then. And I'm beginning to ramble. So farewell, folks. I will see you next time. Thank you very much for your support. Always appreciated. It keeps me going. It keeps all of this going. So thank you. Much, much appreciated. See you then. Bye-bye for now.